Pixar always delivers, and these movies definitely delivered. Hi everybody, welcome to Smile with Aaron D. I'm Aaron D, and we're back for another Disney vs. Pixar movie bracket challenge. I love Pixar movies, but this week is going to be a little difficult, as we have Cars 2, my nephew's favorite movie. Hi David and Daniel. They love all the Cars movies, up against one of my favorite movies. How can an auntie choose her nephew's favorite movie or her favorite movie? This is a tough week for me. So as we compare and contract these movies, help me make a choice. I'm stuck. And I can't wait to see who goes to the next round. I'm a little worried about this one. I'm not gonna lie. Let's start with the music. The music is one of my favorite parts. Now, what's really unique about these movies, or special, is they're both scored by the same person. And that would be Michael Giacchino. Sorry if I mispronounce any names. I think it's fantastic that they share this, but I also think he's so talented, because if you're not a person who pays attention, you would never know, because he makes each movie absolutely special and unique. I love the collaboration he has with John Lasseter, and they create an action-packed, spy-thrilling feel in Cars 2. They did the recording on this on the Eastwood scoring stage. Wow, they did an incredible job. The soundtrack also includes songs by Weezer, Robbie Williams, and one of my favorites, Brad Paisley. I'm a huge country fan. Up, also scored by Michael Giacchino, is absolutely legendary. It crafted theme songs like Ellie's theme and Mud's theme that evolves throughout the movie. I think this movie is incredibly important, and the soundtrack is, because the score won an Academy Award for Best Original Score. The Golden Globes, the Grammys for Best Score, Soundtrack, Album, and the BFTA for Film Music, making it the first Pixar score to win at the Oscars. Wow, that's incredible. Great job. I just think it's awesome. Because now we're going to get into what is equally important, the cast and the characters. Cars 2 brought back Owen Williams in Lightning McQueen and Larry the Cable Guy as Mutter. I love Larry the Cable Guy. Okay, I just love country stuff. With an additional including Michael Jane, Emily Mortimerly, Eddie Lizard, and John Turturro. Sorry again if I mispronounce any name. And this story focuses on Lightning McQueen and Matter. And they got a few challenges ahead of them in this movie. So if you haven't seen it, what are you waiting for? How are you going to vote? Well, vote anyway. Up features Ed Asner as the elderly widow Carl, Christopher Plummer as the exploring Charles Mutz, Jordan Nigel as a young Russell. And I love this. I also love one of my favorite characters, Doug, and he is voiced by Bob Peterson. These characters are some of the most emotional in Pixar. I love the story of Up. I love Carl's journey from the very sad, widowed man, kind of cranky, to the explorer he was when he was with Ellie. He brings that back out because of Russell and, of course, Doug and their adventure. So I love this movie. It is heartbreaking. The first 2 minutes really get you. Even as I talk about it, I get emotional. It is something. Remember, we do have memberships. So if you're enjoying our videos and you want to get an early peek at them, consider the memberships. All that information is in our post page, and as always, you can join the membership right down below any of our videos. Alright, now let's talk a little bit more about Cars. Cars 2 is fantastic. I actually love both movies. The franchise this time takes a completely different direction than the original movie, though. Original movie about racing, this movie about racing, but it also gets us into the spy thrilling aspect if Matter comes involved in an espionage conspiracy during an international race across Europe and Japan. Wow. I love Manor, and I love how he brings the story to a whole different direction during this. I think it's really fun, and I think it's a way different element than we have in the first movie, making it special and unique to itself. And in Up, we have the heartfelt story of Carl tying thousands of balloons to his house to go to South America, and along the way, he discovers Russell, and in this, he also gets to meet a lifetime explorer, Charles Mutz, who he is a huge fan of. And kind of, we see the elements of adventure in this movie, but we also explore loss a lot, and friendship, and definitely moving forward. I love this story. I love both stories. I think that Cars takes us to a whole different world when we go across the world to this new race. And we get a whole different theme to the movie with the spy. And with Up, we get this heartfelt story. Both just are really special. Now, as these movies are really hard to choose between because they are so different. Cars being a racing movie with a spy element to it in Cars 2, and Up being about a widower moving on and moving forward. I don't know if moving on is the right word, but definitely moving forward. So we got to talk about something else in these movies to try and pick. Because I don't still know. Let's get into the box office success or failure. Do you think they were both successful? I think so. Cars at the box office, 550 million worldwide and 34% on Rotten Tomato. Those are incredible numbers for a second movie in a franchise, because the second movies don't always do as well, because people sometimes are disappointed that they've changed or had to grow. I think that's natural in all movies, but not everybody likes that. And Up, well, it went in with a smash right away. 735 million worldwide and 90% on Rotten Tomato. This really felt for everybody. Everybody felt for this movie. It was incredible. Well, at least I did.
And now a little pros and cons for each movie, starting with Cars 2. The pros: commercial powerhouse, generated 559 million worldwide, proving strong audience appeal. Visual spectacle, high-octane action sequences with sleek Pixar animation quality. Character expansion, new characters like Finn McMissile and Holly Shifwell add depth to the Cars universe. And box office success, ranked as the 10th highest grossing film of 2011. Now the cons. Critical reception, mixed reviews with only a Metascore of only 57. Mixing Pixar magic, lacked the emotional depth and heart typical of Pixar masterpieces. Content concerns, violence and guns felt inappropriate for traditional Pixar family-friendly approach. And lastly, lost identity, shifted away from the heartwarming small-town charm of the original. Now on to Up. The pros: historic recognition, only the second animated film nominated for a Best Picture Oscar. Universal acclaim, beloved by critics and audiences across all age groups. Storytelling excellence, perfect blend of humor, adventure, and profound emotional themes. Character development, Carl and Russell's relationship arc is considered Pixar's finest. The cons: emotional intensity, opening sequence, and heavy themes may overwhelm viewers seeking lighter entertainment. Distressing moments, scenes like Kevin's capture were emotionally difficult for some viewers. And demographic limitations, complex themes might not resonate equally with all age groups.
Now, Cars 2, I think, was judged very harshly. It's viewed as a departure from Pixar's usual excellence, but I disagree with this. I think it was excellent. I love that Pixar tried something new. Maybe it wasn't attracting new audiences the way other films do, but I do believe that Cars 2, by stepping out of the box and trying something new, only made the film more unique and more special. Up is regarded as one of Pixar's best films. And it is. I mean, that opening theme alone takes us through an emotional journey that we never expected in Pixar's movie in 2 minutes. I mean, you can't do anything better than making you love a person in 2 minutes and really sad for the husband throughout the entire movie. It really took us on a roller coaster right away. So the verdict's in your hands. So let me know in the comments below which movie's going forward. Is it Cars 2 or is it Up? And please let me know why you chose it, because I think that's so much fun when you guys make those long comments. I really do read them all, and so do my sisters. We're having such a good time with you guys. So thank you so much for joining me. And remember, as always, find a reason to smile today. Bye, everybody.